Hello, I'm Kelvin Ross and welcome to the video news roundup from PEI. This week's headlines: power and utility merger and acquisition deals hit $38 billion. Indonesia has set up a task force to tackle its power crisis. Germany tries to prevent the sale of lignite plants, and 3 solar plants are to be built in Jordan. The value of global merger and acquisition activity in the power and utilities market hit $38.5 billion in the third quarter of this year. A report from analysts at EY reveals that in the third quarter there were 7 transactions in excess of $1 billion, led mainly by independent power producers in the US and network divestments in Europe. And the deal value for renewables transactions hit a 3-year high of $7.3 billion, driven by increased activity in the US, activity which EY expects to continue and drive further M&A momentum. In its report, EY states that weak electricity demand, limited near-term capex opportunities and depressed generation profits continue to make business conditions tough for European utilities. Coupled with increasing pressure to invest in energy infrastructure, this is pushing governments across Europe into asset sales programs and driving consolidation in their home markets. EY illustrates this trend with the sale of a 35% stake in Italian grid company CDP Reti to China's State Grid Corporation for $2.8 billion, while Greece is poised to merge its 2 largest water utilities and Romania needs annual investment of nearly $6.4 billion over the next 10 years to upgrade its energy system. The report says that Chinese investors, particularly cash-rich state power groups, have been ramping up their foreign asset portfolios. European and gas network assets are now increasingly attractive as their return is regulated by governments, giving investors a predictable source of income even when the economy is struggling. Examples are the People's Bank of China buying stakes in Eni and ENL, and Shanghai Electric Group taking a 40% share in Ansaldo Energia for €400 million. And EY states that the trend is likely to accelerate as China looks to diversify its investment into hard infrastructure assets. Indonesia's government has set up a task force to tackle the nation's ongoing power shortage. The country's Energy and Natural Resources Minister, Sudirman Said, said that the new team would accelerate power plant projects to avoid a power crisis. Procedures involved in power plant construction are to be simplified, with unnecessary red tape being cut. The task force will also aim to foster local manufacturing by working with other government ministries such as Home Affairs, Forestry, Environment Affairs and Mineral Resources. The task force is expected to produce a plan for addressing the nation's power shortage within the next 2 weeks. German Energy Minister Sigmar Gabriel is said to be planning to fly to Stockholm to persuade Swedish utility Vattenfall not to sell its lignite plants in Germany. Last month, Vattenfall's new chief executive, Magnus Hall, said the company might put its German lignite plants and mines up for sale, which could bring in up to €3 billion. But Germany is reliant on the plants as Vattenfall generates about 10% of the country's total power production. According to a leaked document, Gabriel is to argue that the sale would endanger the security of employment and the sustainability of the operating units. 3 new solar plants are to be built in Jordan after Norwegian company Scratec Solar and its business partners received $100 million in financing. The plants will have a combined capacity of 43 megawatts and are set to cost $135 million. They're due to be completed in the second half of 2015. The plants will be built by Scratec and the 3 partners, Quest Energy Investment, European Jordanian Renewable Energy Projects and Greenland Alternative Energy. Scratec will own 70% of one plant and 10 and 40% of the other 2 plants. Jordan's National Electric Power Company will buy the electricity produced by the plants under a 20-year power purchase agreement. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon.